All right, so like I said, today we're going to be covering one of the biggest, I would say, Twitch streamers and YouTubers that's on the internet, Cinna. She's found a lot of success streaming on Twitch and then cross-posting a lot of her content to YouTube. She has a couple of different channels, and based off of the videos that she posts, she is pulling in tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of views, but there's a reason for that specifically. So that's what we're going to be looking into today on this stream. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Since everybody and their mama wants to be a content creator, I figured that this would be helpful for a lot of people to go through. But I did want to just put some perspective on YouTube in and of itself and how challenging it is for people to actually get noticed on the platform. I found this study and I think that the numbers are bizarre. There are millions or tens of millions of YouTube channels, and the average view count that people get per video is, try to use this new tool, is 41. So imagine on average, people are getting 41 views on their content. And okay, thank you. Thank you, Stream Elements. But imagine, out of everybody who posts content online, a lot of times what we see is some of the biggest creators who get millions of views or hundreds of thousands of views on their videos. But for most people on YouTube, they're not even cracking 100 views. And there's a reason why the successful creators are successful. And if you follow some of the breadcrumbs and the trails that they leave, if you watch their content or you look at their channel, you can figure it out. But I'm going to be doing that for you today. And I'm going to be showing you a lot of interesting information. So we are going to go through that. But before I get into it, I see who's in the chat. Somebody was spamming crazy just now, but Stream Elements came through. Elizabeth, what up? What up? How you doing? How's the morning going, or evening, depending on where you are? I appreciate you stopping by the stream. Thanks so much for being here. I had somebody else in the chat, but I think it was a bot. But yeah, appreciate you being here. Let's see. Let me get this out the way. Priya, I guess I just gave you a shout out, but no, you keep spamming, you're probably gonna get banned. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, let me get out of here. And now let me show you what we're about to get into. Okay. All right, so what I'm gonna fill out and what we're gonna go through in this stream is I'm gonna break down some of the things that Cinna has done. Nah, Priya, you all good. I just assumed that it was because I saw you spam like 12 messages all at once. But if you're not, no, it's all good, man. Appreciate you being here. I'm gonna go through and fill out essentially this form and showing what Cinna is doing to get people to click on her content. There's a lot of things behind the scenes that happens that you and I never see when somebody is planning a YouTube video or planning a stream. So that's what we're going to be breaking down, and I'm going to be doing my research, and y'all are going to follow along with me so you could get a good understanding of how these content creators are actually successful. Keisha, what up? What up? Good morning, man. It's early. It's early, bro. So let's just get into it really quickly. So for Cinna, I've already pulled these numbers, but over the past 30 days, she's gotten 24 million views across all of her channels on YouTube. And I guess I can pull these up so we can all follow along. All right, this is her main channel, and this is her second channel. One of her channels she uses to, I guess, post more traditional YouTube videos. And the other one is essentially just clips out of her live streams. Like if she's reacting to a video while she's on stream, or if she's playing a game or something like that, that will land on this channel. So she has two separate channels, but if you look at them, you'll start to notice a pattern when it comes to the thumbnails, when it comes to the titles, and then because of what she's doing, the view counts also follow. Now, I think it's interesting if you look at her latest video, and this is the one that we're going to be investigating to see exactly what she did to get so many views. This video is outperforming. If you look at the view counts here, it's like her last maybe 10 to 12 uploads. This latest video that was posted 4 days ago already has more views than those videos, so it's outperforming it. I'm using a tool called vidIQ. You can see it here, and this is how I'm able to see like how many views per hour that is pulling, and just some other information about the channel. But this video right now is getting 334 views every hour. It was posted 4 days ago, and so I would expect it to continue to get a lot of views. But even if you look at some of her previous content, this video was posted 2 weeks ago is still getting 83 views per hour. This is 21 views per hour, and a lot of the content on her page is still getting views even though they were posted weeks or months ago. And so all those views equal money and equal more attention, which equals more money. So this is why everybody and their mama wants to be a content creator. You can make a living off of it, but again, there are certain things that you need to know to be successful, as most people are not. So that's what I'm going to show you today, or that's what we're going to look into today, should I say. All right, so let's go over here. Like I said, for Cinna, some of her stats, she has 900,000 subs across her channels on YouTube, 24 million views in the last 30 days. And the only reason that that's possible, or the only way that that's possible, is one, you need to get people to click on your videos. And there's certain ways to make that happen, or there's certain ways to make it more likely that somebody's going to click on your content instead of just scrolling past it. And this is how these big YouTubers that you might watch, or that a ton of people watch, this is how they're getting famous. Is number one, they've learned the art of getting people to click on their videos. Now, we already looked at Cinna's page, and so like I said, there is a pattern in all of these thumbnails that if you were to follow, you could kind of get a better understanding of what it is that she's doing to get so many views and to get so many subscribers. And this is what we're going to investigate today. Now, not only are we going to investigate that, I'm also going to look at how much money that she's made so far off of this video. It has around 140,000 views. And so I also want to show you guys, when it comes to the potential earnings of YouTube, how it actually works, how you get paid. A lot of people don't understand how YouTube pays. So I'm going to show you that with an example of this video and how much that is earned in the past 4 days. And then we're going to get into the interesting side of it, which is the clickbait tactics that Cinna uses to get people to click on her videos. Now, when you're looking at this thumbnail, you know, you might not even think about it. It just looks very simple. It's a picture of her in a split screen. It says before and after, and that's it. It is very simple, but psychologically, there's like 20 things going on in this thumbnail, which is why it's outperforming some of her previous content and why it's getting so many views. So we're going to look at all of that. Now, the stuff that's here right now, I'm actually going to change. This is stuff that was here before. So all this is going to change, and we're going to look at some of the clickbait tactics that she is using. So I guess we can just hop right into it. Now, I have like an AI bot that I built that helps me go through and analyze somebody's channel and what they're doing in their thumbnail, in their title, inside the video, in the intro, anything that they say in the video. It analyzes all of those things to help me, I guess, more quickly come up and analyze how somebody's getting so many clicks and views on their content. So boom, let's get into this Rainbow Six Siege: A Life Ruined, which this is her video. Where's it at? Yeah, this is the one we're looking at. Rainbow Six Siege has ruined my life. That's the title of her video. So let's see what she's doing here to get so many people to click on her content. Now, one, we're going to look at the thumbnail strategy. If you're not familiar, this, what did I just do? This image right here on YouTube that you see for every YouTube video is called a thumbnail. And so this is what we're going to be looking at first to see what exactly she's doing. Okay. So if we look at these strategies, it's given us 10 different ones. And I see one, it says the before and after contrast loop. The image uses a split screen to show a dramatic change. Your brain naturally compares the two sides to find out what caused the shift from looking calm to looking completely defeated. This visual contrast instantly makes you curious to see the journey. Now, I think for this one, this is pretty spot on of what they're doing in this thumbnail to get people to click. Now, again, it's not something that we realize just looking at it in a split second, but for content creators who are successful or getting views on their content, they do understand it. They understand how to get us to click on the content and what's even going on in our mind before we understand what's going on in our mind. So I think this is probably a good one that I can say. Before and after contrast loop. Should I put this in a difference? No, probably not. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just call it the contrast loop. All right. This is gonna be the first clickbait tactic that Cinna's using. And then let's get this. See what this is gonna look like. This is a lot. Okay. This is one. I gotta stop doing this. I'm so used to alt tabbing my screens. All right. So this is the first one. So later on, I'm gonna be making a YouTube video out of this. So I'm gonna go through everything that we investigate, like in the first half of the stream, and in the second half, I'm just gonna run through the information. All right, boom. Boom. Okay, so the contrast loop, that's the first way that she is getting us to click. And so like I said, this is a style of thumbnail that I've seen quite a few creators use, whether it might be like a transformation of a journey, say it's like a weight loss journey, or say you're going to the gym and you're working out and you're trying to show the progress. The before and after, it seems very simple, but it's very effective in getting somebody to want to see the actual journey and the progress, because here we're missing the entire middle part of the story. We don't know exactly what happened. We just know here she looks normal, here she looks depressed. And so our brain, like I said, naturally wants to figure out what happened in the middle of this story. Can I make this any? I'll come back to it. All right. Let's look at some other strategies that she is using here. So the next one says the sad face catch. The afterside shows a face full of sadness and defeat. Human brains have special cells called mirror neurons that make us copy the emotions we see. Seeing someone look down makes you instantly feel bad for them, forcing you to look closer. That is another one. We have the shadow mystery. The after photo is heavily shadowed with a dark hood, hiding most of the background. Your eyes are drawn to the dark side of the human brain. To the dark side because the human brain treats shadows as mystery or danger zones that need to be solved. I mean, that's kind of an interesting one. Then you have an eye contrast hook. I think I like this one. Color psychology. Nobody's actually really thinking about this when you're looking at, I mean, it could be a YouTube thumbnail, it could be a billboard, it's any type of advertisement. You know, when you think about any company trying to advertise a product or service or something like that, there's a lot of this psychology that goes in behind the scenes of them trying to like catch your emotion, to invoke some type of feeling within you to want to buy that thing, that service, or that product. Same thing that's going on here. So color psychology, it says the word before is in clean white while after is in bright red. Red acts like a big stop sign in your brain. It signals danger and stress, which matches the sad face and warns the viewer that things are about to get bad. I think that that's a pretty interesting one when it comes to the psychology of this thumbnail. So I think I'm gonna put that one in here. Color psychology. All right. And let's take this. And then put this in here for the second one. Okay. I can't really change before. I'll just make it yellow. You actually can't even see that. I'll just make it green. Okay. All right, boom. So that's the second strategy that she's using in this thumbnail. Let's do this. All right. Let's see if we can find another here. I really got to stop doing that. Okay, I automatically don't like number 6. We're just going to skip that one. The cognitive dissonance trap. When you see a nice, calm person suddenly looking like they're in a state of absolute despair, your brain gets confused. The confusion creates a glitch in your head that can only be fixed by clicking the video to make sense of the change. All right. Let's see the cinematic split. Okay. This is still talking about that realism bait. The after photo looks raw, unedited, and a bit blurry compared to the clean before photo. That's kind of crazy that Gemini can notice all this from this picture. It's actually correct. It says, this makes the pain look real rather than fake. Your brain loves authentic drama, so it trusts the image more than a perfectly polished thumbnail. Ah, that one's kind of interesting. Huh. All right. I think I like that one. Let's see the last one, vulnerability magnet. Humans are naturally drawn to people showing weakness or sadness because it triggers our protective instincts. Putting a totally defeated face on display makes the creator look completely vulnerable, which builds an instant emotional bond before you even click. I don't know. I kind of like that one too. Completely different worlds. Okay. Either one of the last two. I think I might use the last one. The vulnerability magnet. All right, yeah, let's do that one. I think this is a interesting one and a unique one. Okay. All right. I'll just use this because it's super long. Okay. All right, bet. So this is the that's weakness and sadness. All right, so we're just gonna point at her for vulnerability magnet. All right, cool. So I think these are the three that we're gonna use. Let me come back here real quick. So interesting. Yeah, I think it's super interesting. It's one of the things that I think I'm most interested in personally is human psychology and behavior and pattern recognition and stuff like that. Yeah, it surprises me. AI still surprises me how accurate that it can be. Now, it's not always accurate, but in these cases, when I submitted this thumbnail and then I just gave it some details about the title and I put in also the transcript of the video, it does give some interesting answers that I think are fairly accurate when it comes to the psychology behind everything. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Okay. All right, now the next thing that we are going to investigate. Actually, I want to see if there's a way. Let's see if there's a way that I can shorten this. I have to find. I think it's fine. Okay. So all of this that we just went through, and there's actually more, I'm sure, when it comes to psychology behind what's happening in this thumbnail and what happens in our brain once we see it, which forces people to click. But we're just going to cover these three. But this was purely about the thumbnail. Actually, there's some things in the title, and I don't know if I want to add that. Possibly. Let's see. Let's look at what's happening in the title and see if we want to put this into our investigation. So here it also gives some title strategies of what's happening in the title, which the title that Cinna uses is Rainbow Six Siege has ruined my life. Now, Rainbow Six is a shooter. It's a first-person shooter, and I think that she started a marathon in playing that game where she knows she's not the best at video games, but she's challenging herself to get a higher rank in that game. Matter of fact, we can just watch some of it.
No. Dr. Disrespect is not back. No, I'm supposed to be Blasian Ying.
Ying, guys?
My perimeter.
Is this Helen Keller's POV? Yo, mods, deadass nuke that guy. I'm so serious.
So I think the challenge...
I got one!
The challenge for her is to rank up from... You see in the bottom right corner? It's like bronze, and she's trying to get to silver.
Okay. I hear you, stupid dumb idiot. Say on God, you are both.
So throughout the video, she's going through challenges, trying to rank up. Sometimes she actually falls down a rank before she raises up a rank. And I don't know where she's at in this marathon, but I think that's another reason why this video did well, is because of the storytelling inside of it, where you're trying to see the challenge that she's trying to overcome. But I'll hop out of that real quick, and then we'll go back into the title strategies that she's using. It says Rainbow Six Siege has ruined my life. The first one, extreme hype. Saying a video game ruined my life is a huge exaggeration. Your brain loves extreme statements because they sound way more exciting than regular life. It makes you click to see if a game could actually cause that much damage. That's one. I mean, I do like that one. I actually may have to... add or duplicate one of these, so I don't have enough, but we'll go back and see. The curiosity gap. The title tells you the final result, their life is ruined, but it completely hides how it happened. Your brain hates unfinished stories, so it forces you to click the video to fill in the missing pieces of information. I think that one is pretty accurate. When we look at the other ones that we've seen from the thumbnail, like I said, you see the before and after, but you don't know what happened in the middle. The title is playing off of that too. You can tell that her life is ruined, so things did not go well, but you don't know what happened. So I think that one is probably a pretty good one. And so there's a list of a bunch of other ones. Let's see, have human brains are wired to pay attention. See if I can use this. I downloaded it for nothing. All right, human brains are wired to pay attention to bad news rather than good news because it's a survival instinct. A title about something being ruined acts like a warning sign that catches your eye much faster than a happy title would. This is something I've noticed about YouTube, or just life in general. If you pay attention to the news or something like that, you do focus a lot more on the negative, and unfortunately that's a natural thing for your brain to be geared toward those things versus positive things or things that could actually help you. So that's very interesting on a pretty deep level. All right, let's see. You have a high stakes hook. You have a high stakes hook. By using the words "my life," the title raises the stakes as high as they can go. It turns a simple video about playing a shooter game into a massive personal drama, making the video feel incredibly important to watch. I mean, look, all of these are accurate. Oops. What the hell? What the? Oh. I think I'm probably gonna rock. I kind of like 3. Curiosity gap. That's one that I used. It's one that I used before. I think I might use this one. The negative bias. I'll make sure I get the right one. Just get rid of this. All right, negative bias. So this is saying all right. A warning sign that catches your eye much faster than a happy title would. Okay. This makes sense to me. Okay, boom. Let's put this here. Ruined my life. Okay. Just have to change this. All right, so I think we're just gonna have, we're gonna have 4 of them. All right, boom. Okay, so this is all what's happening in the thumbnail and the title to get people to click. But with YouTube, to actually grow your channel or have videos perform better and get more views or get sent to a wider audience, you would also have to, oh, well, yeah, it's a click-through rate, that's what I'm talking about, but you would also have to pay attention to watch time, which is how long that you can get any viewer that's clicked on your video to watch through the video for longer. Now, it doesn't have to be like the entire video. Obviously, that's going to be ideal. But even if somebody watches, let's say you uploaded a 10-minute video and they watch 5 minutes of it, they just completed 50% of that video. As opposed to maybe somebody clicks, they stay in for a few seconds and then they leave. If you get a ton of people to click on the video, but then they leave instantly, then that's going to tell YouTube, okay, this probably isn't the best video or people aren't enjoying this video. So then what'll happen is it will, I don't want to say suppress it, but it's not going to advertise it to more people. It'll probably find some other video that people are enjoying and then advertise that more and send it out to people. Whereas the piece of content that people are clicking on and leaving instantly, it's not going to do much. So the second part that we have to look at in some of the psychology that happens inside of a video is watch time. What gets people to stay longer, or what YouTube calls retention. Oh, sorry. All right. So let's see what's happening inside of this video. So I'm saying there's 3 mind tricks. There might be more. I don't know. We'll look and see if there's more that we like that we can include in here. But the main one is the intro. Now, typically for traditional YouTubers or traditional YouTube videos, they'll start the video with like a, I don't know, 20, 30 second, maybe a minute long intro, just to lay out an expectation of what you're going to get out of it to hook people in, to get them to stay longer. And so within Cinna's video, it's a similar thing that's happening. So we're going to look at the intro here.
If Cinna does this all solo queue, I actually don't know if this is possible. Chat, how do I tell her, guys?
I hate this game! This game is the worst. Oh my god, this game is so rough.
All right, so that's the intro. How long is this? It's 23 seconds long. That's the intro before the video gets started. I don't know if you guys noticed some things that she's doing. There's a lot of things that are happening here, but we are going to investigate that as well. I actually have to figure out how I want to do this. But let's see. Let's go back over here and see what it's talking about. So the script and retention strategies. I'm not saying that her video is scripted. It's just I pulled the transcript from the video. All right. So the first one, it says let's do this. So first one, the microdose of chaos. The video starts immediately with yelling, laughing, and complaining about the game. This high energy stops your brain from getting bored in the first 5 seconds, locking your attention down before you can click away. So I think that's super important. It's like the first few seconds of a video, especially if maybe it's somebody's first time watching the YouTube content, they're not familiar with you. They don't know exactly what to expect in like the first few seconds. If you can set a hook to, I guess, lay out the expectation or grab their interest really quick, is super important in keeping somebody through the intro, and then like they're bought in and they're invested in the storyline and they want to learn what happens. So I think that's probably a good one that we can include. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna probably do that one. I'd say dose of chaos. That sounds fire. Okay. I had some other stuff in here from previous slides. I don't know if I want that. I think I just need one. I don't think I need that. I think I just need one of these. Let's see. Actually, sorry, y'all seeing all the behind the scenes. I think I just need this one. And then is there a part in here that I can look at? Maybe I hate this game. Let's try that. I actually don't know if this is gonna work. Okay. Bring it to the front. Boom. Saying I hate this game. Okay. So this is the first one. The dose of chaos. Oh, I almost forgot to actually get this. The heck? All right. Planning about the game. Okay, boom. I think we're good there. All right, let's see what else she's doing. So 0 to hero goal. I've actually heard that one quite a bit. The creator sets a clear target. They are trapped in their house until they reach silver rank. This gives the video a clear storyline so your brain knows exactly what success looks like and stays to see if they achieve it. Yeah, so like I said, in this damn, I guess I'll just open it back up again. So as part of this challenge, she is, I don't know if it's still ongoing, but she can't leave her house. It might be her house or her room until she gets to that rank that she's looking to get to. And I think it might be a few days that she's been doing this. And so the storyline is naturally built in because it's challenging to do this. And the shooter game, and she's already experiencing some turmoil. So it makes for a really good video. And I think when it comes to this 0 to hero goal, that one aligns pretty well with what makes people watch longer and why this video is performing so well for her right now. But we'll look at a couple other ones. We have the public humiliation hook. The creator mentions that they have been laughed at and called trash and garbage. This makes the audience feel bad for them and turns the video into a revenge story where the underdog is trying to prove everyone wrong. Yeah, she opens up the video like that. So that's one that could potentially work. Stat tracker, putting their win-loss ratio in terrible 0.3 KD on the screen. The creator makes the stakes visual. Your brain loves tracking numbers and scores, making the video feel like a live sporting event where you can watch the stats change. That's an interesting one. I've seen a lot of YouTubers do that also. Like they'll put the count on the screen. Maybe if they're going through a list of something, then they'll put the number. This is the first one. This is the second one. They'll put that on the screen. So your brain feels like progress is happening. All right, let's see. So number 5, the Doom progress loop. Instead of getting better, the creator keeps losing and dropping ranks. This backwards progress is funny and frustrating, which triggers our brains love for unexpected twists, keeping us glued to see when the nightmare will end. That's funny. Yeah, throughout the video, she does D-rank a couple of times. So that might be an interesting one. Here, she does have somebody join her to try to help her get better. So that kind of changes the pace of the storyline some. So that's another twist. The Elden Ring comparison. The creator says the game makes it feel worse than fighting Millennia in Elden Ring. By comparing it to one of the hardest games ever made, it proves to the viewer's brain just how painful this specific challenge really is. That's an interesting one also. That's very specific. No shower breakdown. Midway through, the creator shows off their messy setup with old chicken nugget sauce and eggshells. This disgusting but funny peek into their real life provides visual comedy that breaks up the stressful gameplay. All right. The tech glitch. Yeah, there's something that happened. Text-to-speech turned on. She didn't know how to turn it off. And the last one, the open-ended cliffhanger finish. The video ends abruptly with somebody telling the creator, "I can tell this is their first shooter game," followed by an angry response. All right. There's quite a few to pick from. I don't know if there's any that you guys think are super interesting. Obviously, if you've never seen the video itself, but just thinking about the story, I think there's a few here that we can add. Guess storyline. Yeah. 0 to hero. I might use 0 to hero. And I might use difficulty scale. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the 0 to hero. This is 1. Okay. And then put that there. Move this out the way. All right, the creator sets a clear target until they reach silver rank. Uh-huh. Okay. All right, this gives a video a clear storyline, so your brain knows exactly what success looks like. And stay to see if they achieve it. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I don't know if there's any way that I can get that out of this. Maybe like here. All right. I hate when it does that. Bring to the front. All right, we're gonna put that there. And then I think we can get away with just one more, which, like I said, the difficulty scale was an interesting one. It's very specific to this video. And if anybody's ever played Elden Ring, I haven't, but I've watched people play it. I would never do that. Definitely seems like one of the most difficult games that you can try to beat. All right, let's do difficulty scale. All right. That's that. And then we'll take this. And I'm probably, like, when I make this into a YouTube video, like this one where it says like the creator makes a comparison to Elden Ring, I'll probably just like use that soundbite as B-roll. Just how painful this challenge really is. All right. Boom. Yeah, let's do this too. Melania in Elden Ring. All right, by comparison, the hardest games ever made, it proves to the viewer's brain. I need all that. That's how painful the challenge really is. I don't need this either. Okay, boom. So that's the difficulty scale. And I think that I'll just be using All right, that's a good one. I actually don't know if it's possible. All right. Okay, boom. Gotta bring this to the front again. And I actually don't know if this is possible. And then her looking defeated. All right, cool. I think that's all of the ones that I wanted to add for the actual video on what's happening. And so, like I was saying earlier, because YouTube judges each video by click-through rate, like how many people are clicking on it and how long those people that click on it are watching it. If the watch time is sufficient, I don't know, this video is 21 minutes long. If people are watching a quarter of it, half of it, the whole thing, then YouTube will say, okay, people are enjoying this video, so let's just send it to more people. And this is what I think is going on with this video so far. Let me see. Yeah, 145,000 views in 4 days. Or like I said, if you look at some of the previous content, it's outperforming many of the videos that were posted even a month prior to it. So that's a good sign for this video. Let's see here. All right, so that is the watch time. Now, those are the main things that I wanted to go through. Let's say investigating why these creators are so successful is because they're deploying a lot of these strategies without us knowing. And then when we get on YouTube, there's a video that we can't help but click on. And then, you know, we find ourselves in a rabbit hole later on, and 2 hours later, and we're watching and we've watched like 5 of their videos. This is why that happens. Now, as I mentioned, we were going to look at how much a video like this would pay. Now, this is going to be an estimation. And remember, it's fairly early on. The video was posted 4 days ago. It has almost 150,000 views. So I can try to do the math on that to find out what the total earnings would look like. So let me, hold on. Before I get into it, let me pull this up. All right, so that's that. Let me go back here and try to find. Nope, not that one. Go to the gems. The heck? Oh no, I don't want that. The gems. 2 watch formula. So estimated YouTube ad earnings. All right. See if I can find it. One second, because I need to pull a few things from it to see. All right, I'll show y'all what I'm doing. Okay, for this video, now if you weren't aware, in YouTube, they can pay you different amounts. So every creator on the platform gets paid a different amount. Nobody gets paid the exact same. And a lot of that is because it depends on the type of content that you create, whether it's video games, or it could be finance, or it could be fitness. Because advertisers will pay to place their ads on your videos, some advertisers pay more, maybe because their product or their service costs more money. And so, you know, if they want to make more sales, they might pay more money to have their ad placed on your content. Let's say if it's finance versus if it's gaming. So that's one thing that we have to consider. Now I can find out how her content is categorized by using vidIQ, which looks into a channel and gives you some additional details that you wouldn't be able to see if you just had like if you didn't have this extension. So here it says the category is entertainment. So I'm going to use that so I can get a little bit closer to maybe what she actually makes based off of the type of content that she produces. So I'm going to say entertainment. And then I also had to include the month that the video came out. Well, at least for right now. And this video was uploaded 4 days ago. So I'd say in July. Let's see if this even works. July. Another thing that I would need is the video duration, which this is 21 minutes long. So I will say video length 21 minutes. And then what else do I need? Oh, obviously the amount of views that it got. So as of right now, it's 145,000. So we are going to put that in here. 45K views. I think that's all that I need, but let's test it and find out. All right, so this is what it came up with for a formula. I'll kind of explain. Well, I'll explain a little bit about what it's doing to calculate an estimation of how much this video has made so far. So it's taken a dollar amount that's tied to entertainment in YouTube, which is $2.74, and then it adds a couple of factors, like because it's July in the summertime. You know, companies tend to pay a little bit more than maybe they would pay in January. As an example, it looks at the total ad slots that estimates that are being run for this video that's 21 minutes long, how many people actually encounter the ads, and then it does some other math before it comes up with the total. And so I don't know why it does this, because this number is different from this number, but I'm gonna go with the final revenue of $361.54 so far on this video. Is this gonna work? It did work. All right, bet. So that's how much this one video has earned. Is again an estimation, and it was posted 4 days ago. But if you recall, when we were looking at Cinna's channel, she's getting, as this video is getting views, pretty much every other video on her channel is also getting views. So the views that she's getting on the entire channel are continuing to make her money, even if she posted them 4 months ago or 5 months ago or even 2 years ago. They can still make money, and once it all adds up, it can get pretty ridiculous. Like, here, let me show y'all something. Just as an example. Let's look at view stats. Let's look at Cinna's main channel. Now this is going to show us an estimation of the views that she's gotten over the past month. Now it's 14.65 million, but the thing I like about view stats is it it breaks up the views because you have YouTube Shorts and then you have regular YouTube videos, and they pay completely different. YouTube Shorts pays pennies, so it's not going to be a ton. Now, if you see on her channel, it's 15.4 million Shorts views, and then it's 1.3 million long views, which longs are regular videos. So if I was to do the math on all of these videos that have gotten 1.3 million, and then like Shorts, we're not really gonna go into, but 1.3 million, the $361 that came up with for 100 and I think it was 145,000 views. I mean, you could look at like 10xing that. Now it's not going to be exact 1-to-1, but if you 10x'd it because she has 1.3 million, then you know you'd be looking more like $3,000, $4,000. So that's kind of how that works. But if you were interested in seeing how much a content creator stands to earn, like Cinna, YouTube, I would say, is her second platform. She streams on Twitch. And so when she's playing video games or she's doing IRL content, all that's being live streamed on Twitch, which she gets paid from Twitch as well. And so anybody who subscribes to her channel on Twitch, anybody who watches when she's live streaming on Twitch, she's also getting paid from that. Now, in addition, there are sponsors that a lot of content creators partner with, and sponsorships make up a big part of how much somebody makes. And so that's another way that Cinna makes money, but also most content creators make money from signing on with sponsorships. I just did a video yesterday about Agent 00. He's another big content creator, and for the month of June, he partnered with like 7 different companies, and from those partnerships, what I estimated was like $250,000. So it can get pretty serious if you have different platforms, you post your content, and you partner with different brands to try to sell or market their products. So if you were interested in seeing how much Cinna made, now I made this video a few months ago. If you're interested in seeing how much she made from everything that she did or everything that she does in all these platforms, I have a video. I think here, let me just try to drop the link in chat if I can do that, if you're interested in checking that out. And go to my channel real quick, and it is this video here. I expose how much this viral streamer made in 30 days, and I go through all of her earnings here. So is promote a link? No, I don't know what the hell that is. Anyway, I will drop this link into the chat just in case you might want to check that out. Hold on, I might have to go into here. Dude, I have so many windows open. All right, I just dropped it in the chat if you might be interested in checking that out. But yeah, let me hop in chat and see. Takuma, what's going on? How you doing? Appreciate you stopping into the stream. How's the morning going, or the evening? Okay. Let me look at a couple things and then I'll get back into it. Actually, I might have to take a piss, bro. Hold on. Hold. All right. Give me like 60 seconds, y'all. I'll be right back. All right, my fault. Okay. Takuma just woke up. It's 8 a.m. in the Caribbean. Nice. Man, I'm kind of jealous. All right. Yeah, it's a little bit early. I started, well, really just yesterday. I started sparking my streams earlier in the day. I'm just kind of testing some things to see what happened, but I appreciate you hopping in the stream off of the wake up. Okay. I think, all right, y'all are seeing some real behind the scenes here. I think what I'm going to do, because I want to make this, like everything that we just went through in this stream, for how Cinna's getting so many people to click on her videos. I want to make this into a YouTube video itself. And so I'm going to go through this information again, but it's going to be, I mean, obviously we already filled everything in. So it's just going to be a quick rundown of everything that we already covered. But if you are just joining the stream, essentially, I analyze YouTube channels and YouTube videos to see why they're successful. And so more recently, there's so many people who want to get into content creation because they see that it's a way you can make money by doing the things that you enjoy doing most. And I've seen people, go from nothing to making 5 figures or 6 figures a month just off of their content. But it's not easy. It's not easy to build an audience. And so I trace the steps of what some of the successful content creators are doing to try to mirror that. And so what we did so far in this stream is I looked at one of these successful videos from Cinna. She posted it a few days ago, but it's going pretty crazy. It has over 100,000 views already. It was still getting at one point close to 1,000 views per hour. And so in analyzing the video, I looked at the title and the thumbnail to figure out what exactly is making people click on this video specifically. And so what we found is a number of like psychological tricks and marketing tricks that are being employed here. One is a contrast loop. We see a before and after photo and you might not think anything of it, but at a deep level, it's doing things to make you or almost force you to click. Like here it says there's an image using a split screen to show a dramatic change. Your brain naturally compares the two sides to find out what caused the shift from looking calm to looking completely defeated. And so you're almost forced to click. And there's a number of these things that are happening in this thumbnail. And so we're breaking it down. This one's color psychology, vulnerability magnet. There's a lot of interesting stuff from a psychology standpoint in YouTube and pretty much, in life in general. But that's what we've been doing so far. And then also, for a video to be successful on YouTube, you have to have people watch that video. You can't have somebody click on your content. Let's say it's a 10-minute long video. They stay for 30 seconds and leave. Well, YouTube's probably not going to promote that to more people then. And so there's other things that she's doing to get people to watch for longer. And so we kind of broke that down too. Like the intro of the video, the first 30 seconds or the first 20 seconds, there's things that she's doing there. So we walked through a couple of things that she's doing in the video to keep you staying longer. And again, it's like interesting stuff in here. And so I broke that down and then talked about how much money estimation that it's earning so far. Now, again, this video could blow up and get 250,000 views, 500,000, 1 million views, who knows? And if so, obviously this amount will increase, but just starting off within 4 days, making over $350 is pretty amazing. So that's where we stand. And like I said, I was going to run through this and try to make it more of a formal YouTube video. So I've got to get my bearings right. But if you're in the chat and you have any questions, or if you're interested in like this type of breakdown, let me know. I'm always looking for feedback to see any changes that I can make, or if I can include anything, or if I can exclude anything. So feel free to drop in the chat any feedback that you might have, or if you enjoy this or not. And then if you would do me a favor, please like the video. It'll help it get spread to more people on YouTube who might also find this interesting. So I'm thinking here, because, okay, 900,000 subs nearly across her channels on YouTube. I almost think that I want to change this to how many subs that she has gained in the past 30 days. Let me see what that looks like. All right, so I'm gonna open vidIQ to see if I can get that information. All right, so views gained is talking about that. Subscribers gained. All right, so for this channel in the last 30 days, it's been 11,000 subs, which that's impressive. And then for her second channel, let's see. Sometimes vidIQ can be off. It says this is gaming, and it's, I mean, there is gaming content here, but I wouldn't classify it as a gaming channel. Anyway, subscribers gained on the second channel, 8,000. So it's close to 20,000 subscribers gained in a 30-day period. Which one do y'all think is better? Like when I start this, and it's almost going to be like a slide presentation. When I start this, which one sounds better? She has 900,000 subs across her channels, or she's gained 20,000 subs in the past month. I don't know which one sounds better. So yeah, I'd like to do more breakdowns on their how-to-dos. All right, for sure, for sure. I got a lot in the chamber. There's a lot of content creators that I follow that are successful, and they each do like similar things, but they also have their own niche, and they have their own style. So yeah, definitely be fun, and I can break down more of what they're doing. And then also, if you guys follow any specific YouTubers or maybe Twitch streamers that also post on YouTube, and if you want to see a breakdown of them specifically, let me know, and that's something that I can look into. I think I might do the 20,000 subs in the last 30 days. Let's do that. $20K subs. Last 30 days. Yeah, let's do that one. I think that's better. Bet. Okay. Let me get my mind right to go through and film this. So I like your first choice for the thumbnail. Can we explore how much of AI some of these influencers are implementing into their process to success? I'd like to utilize Gemini. Yeah, for sure. You said I like your first choice for the thumbnail. I mean, like, hold on. My first choice for the thumbnail. Oh, you mean the first choice inside of here. Hold on, let me go back to it. Let me go back to it. I just opened this other one up real quick. Gemini. Let me make sure I understand. Which one was I using? Montrix method. Are you talking about like this? Like this first choice for what it's saying is happening behind the scenes in the thumbnail? Yeah, I mean, I'd be glad also to talk about the like how I use AI, I'll be honest with you. I have a love-hate relationship with AI because people nowadays are just spamming it for everything that they do in life. And I'm not a proponent of that. I think that AI can be useful for trying to research something and making research faster, almost like if you use it as a personal assistant for things. But when somebody spams AI for everything that they do, and they spam it for like thumbnails, and they spam it for video descriptions, and like guides and blogs and stuff like that, that is not something that I personally, that's not something that I'm a big fan of. But if you can figure out how to write a prompt, or you can figure out how to build like a bot, or in this case with Gemini, a gem that can help you to synthesize information or do research, I think it's really useful. But yeah, within Gemini, this gem that I built, here I just told it a little bit of the thumbnail description. I said before and after split screen: before looks calm, stoic; after looks sad, depressed, defeated. The title, I put it in there. And then the script, which I just pulled down from YouTube, and then I copied and pasted the transcript of the video into Gemini, and then I added the thumbnail in here too. It kind of gave a great breakdown for all the strategies that are being used in the thumbnail and what it does from a psychological level, and then for the title, and then also inside of the script and some of the strategies that are being deployed that keep people watching for longer. So I'm definitely not a guru when it comes to anything AI, but I've done some things that have helped my process in doing my research. So that's that. All right, let's see here. What do I need? I don't think I need this. What is this? Oh, this is my video. I don't think I need this either. And then view stats. I don't think I need this either. So I'm just gonna have her channel up. Probably this one. Okay, got 2 Geminis. All right, cool. I think that's mostly what I needed. But yeah, if y'all got any other questions, y'all just want to chop it up, don't be shy. Feel free to drop it in the chat. Dude, I'm freaking hungry. I think I might want to bring up this stat again. Crap, I should have never closed it. All right, here we go. Let me pull this back up again, y'all, real quick. Oh, it was Threads. That's what it was. Wait, was it? No, it was on LinkedIn. Bugging. Oh, here it is. Okay. Dang, if LinkedIn would open, that would be nice. All right, I'm gonna pull this up. I guess I'll put it here. And all right, guess we'll get started. All right, hold on, y'all, 1 second. As I'm over here bashing AI, I just get like a spam text and somebody has an AI flyer in here. Jeez. I don't like it. Okay. Sort of run through this. Should I have that there? It probably doesn't matter. All right. Present. Okay. All right, y'all. Don't freak out. Let's let me try to go in here. Okay. All right, we'll run through it. Yeah, so since everybody and their mama wants to be a content creator right now, I thought that I would go through and look at successful content creators like Cinna to see what she's doing to get so many views and so many subscribers on her channels. And so if you look in the last 30 days, she's gotten 20,000 subscribers and over 20 million views. So let's see exactly what she's doing inside of her videos to get people to click and to grow her audience. I probably should have just not said that. So the first thing that a YouTuber looks at or needs to know to grow their audience is getting people to click on their content. That's the first way that YouTube judges a video or a content creator to say, this is somebody that we want to send out to more people on the platform so they can watch their videos too. So it's click-through rate. Now, this is Cinna's YouTube channel, and if you notice, there's a pattern of something that she's doing in every thumbnail and in every title. And as a result of this pattern, she's pulling hundreds of thousands and tens of thousands of views. And I'm going to show you exactly what it is that she's doing behind the scenes and some of the mind games that are being played to get people to watch her content and as a result, grow on YouTube. But not only that, I'm also going to show you one of her more popular videos that she recently uploaded that's going crazy online and show you about how much money that this video makes. But I'll leave that for later on. First off, we're going to go into what exactly she's doing in this title and thumbnail that is forcing people to click on this content. As of right now, as you can see, it has almost 140,000 views and it was posted 4 days ago. And this right here at the bottom is showing it's getting nearly 845 views per hour. So let's take a look at, I don't know why that just pulled up. So let's take a look at what's happening here. All right, now I'll have 3 arrows. That's actually not great. Regardless, it's fine. Now there are 4 clickbait tactics that I was able to uncover that Cinna's using in this video that's titled Rainbow Six Siege Has Ruined My Life. And the very first one, hold on. And the very first one is called the contrast loop. So inside of this thumbnail, the image uses a split screen to show a dramatic change, and your brain naturally compares the 2 sides to find out what caused a shift from her on the left side looking calm to then on the right side looking depressed and defeated. Now, this is almost a marketing or psychological trick, and this visual contrast instantly makes you curious to see the journey. So this is one of the reasons why people are clicking on this video. This is one of the reasons why people are clicking on this video. It's the reason why I clicked on the video. Now, I will say I'm a fan of Cinna, so I do watch her content. But when this video dropped and this thumbnail dropped, I couldn't help but click on it to see what happened because I knew she was doing she was doing a Rainbow Six Siege marathon where she's trying to rank up. And I saw some clips of the aftermath of the destruction and the frustration. So I had to see what led to that. And that's why I watched the video. But but this is not the but this is not the only thing that's happening in this thumbnail. Another common technique that another common technique that popular YouTubers are using to grow their audience and get more people to click on their content is color psychology. So in this thumbnail, if you notice, the word before is in clean white, while after is in bright red. And red acts like a big stop sign in your brain, and it signals danger and stress, which matches a sad face and warns a viewer that things are about to get bad. So that perfectly describes what's happening in this thumbnail. Whether when you saw the thumbnail, I don't know if you realized it or not, but if you see, I didn't realize it. You see the word before, you see the word after, they're different colors. The after fits exactly what the mood is on the right side of the thumbnail. And then the before is just like, I mean, I guess like regular or plain, but that also adds into the first, can I go back? Oh yeah, that actually adds into the first method that we were looking at for the contrast loop, to show like there is a dramatic change. And then the color psychology also adds on top of that as well. So that's super interesting. Now the next mind trick, or the next hack that she's using to get more people to click on her content, is what's called the vulnerability magnet. Now, our brains are naturally drawn to people showing weakness or sadness because it triggers a protective instinct. And in this thumbnail, the creator looks completely vulnerable, which builds an instant emotional bond before even clicking on the thumbnail. And so the strategy that's being deployed here is almost like building especially if you've never seen this creator before, building some type of instant empathy or sympathy for this person, and then wanting to see what's happening in the video to cause them to have this face that she has in the after part of the image. So I think that's super interesting, and it's something else that content creators, they understand, and that's why they make their thumbnails this way, and they make the titles the way they do to get us to click on their content, which is resulting in, like I said, 20,000 subscribers a month. That's pretty insane. Okay. Now the last thing that Cinna's doing, to get people to engage with their content has a little bit less to do with the thumbnail and more to do with the title. All right, so here she's using what's called negative bias, and our brains are wired to pay attention to bad news, unfortunately. And they pay attention to bad news. Sorry, let me do that again. Our brains are wired to pay attention to bad news rather than good news, unfortunately, because it's a survival instinct. And in the title, it's about something being ruined, which acts like a warning sign that catches your eye much faster than a happy title would. And I was just talking about this earlier. Unfortunately, this is how, I don't know if I want to get into this, but if you look at news headlines, or if you look at like things that the mainstream media pushes out, it's polarizing because a lot of it is negative. If you've ever felt like, man, there's never any good news that happens on a daily basis, like that a news station comes out with, or headlines, it's rare. And that's because they understand that negativity is more attractive than positivity, unfortunately, when it comes to some things like this. So this is another strategy that's being deployed in this particular title and thumbnail that's getting millions of people, or that has gotten millions of people to become a fan of Cinna. And if you're a small creator, or you're just starting on YouTube, these are some interesting things to know that could help you grow on the platform as well. Okay. So that's that. Okay. Yeah, let me talk about this real quick. So all the things combined that we just went over are things that help with what's called click-through rate. With what's called click-through rate, which is a metric that YouTube uses to judge a performance of a YouTuber or a content creator. So there's a lot of things that go into just the packaging of somebody's content. And when I say packaging, I'm talking about this image, which is a thumbnail, and the title. And those are things that could influence you having a higher click-through rate, which means just more people click on your content when they see it. And then YouTube will reward you based off of that and send it out to more people on the platform, which could turn into money, and it can turn into a larger audience as well. So that's that. Oh yeah, I have to do that. What's next? All right, boom. Okay, cool. So watch time. I'll talk about the watch time. Hold on, y'all. Sorry. Before I go into the watch time, let me come back here for a second. See if y'all have any questions, man. I gotta turn this off. Okay. All right. Boom, we're good. Okay, let me come back here. Real quick. All right. So the next thing, I go through the watch time, and then I have to go through these. There'll be some B-roll that's added. Watch time, and I'll talk about the money, total earnings. And then that's going to do that. And then I'll pull that up. All right. Present. Okay. I think I'm going to start back from here. Dude, I'm so hungry. All right, let's go back to main. The same. Yeah. But click-through rate is not the only thing that YouTube judges your videos on. Because if you only get somebody to click on your video, but they're not watching most of the video, then it's probably not going to do well. And so the other thing that YouTube will judge you based off of is how long people are watching your video, which is also called watch time or retention. And there's a few things that Cinna's doing to get people to watch the full length of her video, and we're going to break down what those mind tricks are as well. So there are three mind tricks that I've uncovered. There's actually a lot more than that, but at least three that I've uncovered that's happening in this video, which is why it's more popular and it's reaching a larger audience than some of her previous uploads. And we're gonna look into what those are. Oh crap, so that's the intro. I didn't know it was gonna start playing automatically. But the very first thing and the most important thing in a YouTube video is the intro. I would say like the first 5 to 10 seconds of the video, where you can either lose a viewer or you can have them stay through the entire content. And so we're going to look at Cinna's intro to this video and see what she's doing to get people to stay longer.
If Cinna does this all solo queue, I actually don't know if this is possible.
So how do I tell her, guys?
I hate this game! This game is the worst. Oh my god, this game is so rough.
All right. I guess let me know in the comments or let me know in the chat if you recognize, let me know in the comments or the chat if you recognize some of the things that she did in the first 23 seconds in this intro that's gotten people to stay longer, which is making this video reach a wider audience. So let me know your thoughts on that. All right, I guess we'll go into this. All right. Now, the first thing that I uncovered, the first thing that I uncovered in my investigation of Cinna's channel in this YouTube video is something called Dose of Chaos. Now, if you noticed, within the first few seconds of this video, you heard yelling and laughing and complaining about the game. Now, this high energy stops your brain from getting bored in the first few seconds, and it locks your attention down before you can click away. Now, this is something that was intentionally done in how this video was edited to put some of the highlights and some of the moments of chaos and frustration and excitement in the first 30 seconds of this video. And this is something that a lot of YouTube creators use to hook people to get them to watch the video for longer. So I can tell this is successful because the video is performing very well within the first 4 days of the upload. But that is not the only thing that's happening. Now, something else that she's doing throughout the duration of this video, or pretty much the entire storyline, is something that they call 0 to hero. So this is where the creator is setting a clear target, and in this case, she's trapped in her house until she reaches silver rank. So right now in Rainbow Six Siege, she is bronze rank, and there's maybe like 4 or 5 different steps inside of rank before you can move to the next rank, which would be silver. So she's playing this game and she's almost trapping herself in her room up until she can do that. And so this gives the video a clear storyline, so your brain knows exactly what success looks like, and it stays to see if she's going to achieve it. This is an OP strategy, in my opinion, for any type of story or challenge that you might want to do as a YouTube video or creating content around, because people are going to want to stick around to find out exactly what happens and what the outcome is going to be. And I think that this was executed perfectly in Cinna's video. All right. What is the next one? Difficulty scale. All right, boom. Okay. All right. Now, the next thing that she uses, I think, is probably the most interesting, which is something called difficulty scale. Now, inside the video, Cinna says that this game makes her feel worse than fighting Melania in Elden Ring. Now, if you're familiar with Elden Ring, it is one of the most difficult games to complete. And her making that comparison lets us know as a viewer, even if we don't know who she is, it lets us know the stakes and how painful that this challenge really is. So because of that, it compels us to stay for longer to see if she can overcome this challenge, which, I mean, the way that she frames in this video is the hardest game that she's ever played, harder than the hardest game that most people have played in Elden Ring. So I think that that was an interesting strategy that was used here. I can't say it was fully intentional. It's just something that she mentioned. Now, it was intentional that they included that part in this video. Whoever edited it down, they included that part for a specific reason. And again, it has to do with psychology and marketing. And Cinna and a lot of other YouTubers that are successful, they are masterminds of combining like psychology and human behavior with marketing to be able to get more people to watch them and get more attention online. So those are the mind tricks that I was able to uncover on why on why this upload is so successful. So the next thing we want to go over, oh crap, I completely forgot about this slide. So with all of those things that we covered, they're adding into the watch time and having people stay for longer and keeping people's attention and engaging them into the content. So that's a check mark that YouTube has said, okay, your watch time is performing well, so we want to send your video to more people. All right. Yeah, and because of that, if we combine the two things, you get somebody to click on your content and you get them to watch a good portion of your content. YouTube is going to reward you. I don't know if I want to explain that. Yeah, YouTube is going to reward you through what they call AdSense, so you can get paid for uploading videos so long as you meet the monetization requirements. So something else that I wanted to do, like I mentioned in the front of the video, is talk about the total earnings to give you an idea of how much YouTube or how much content creators are earning from their videos that they're uploading to YouTube or any other platforms that they use. But for this video specifically, and again, keep in mind, it was uploaded 4 days ago and it almost has 150,000 views, but it's still getting hundreds of views per hour. So who knows, over the next few months, maybe it could hit 250,000, 500,000, maybe it could hit 1 million views. And obviously, if that was to happen, then the earnings are just going to increase. But for right now, for playing a video game, setting a challenge, and trying to rank up in Rainbow Six Siege, a video that was uploaded 4 days ago, based off my estimation, has made $361.54 up to this point, which is still getting views, so it's still earning money right now as we speak. But just wanted to give you an idea of the earning potential for YouTubers. And if you create content, and keep in mind some of the things that might be able to get someone to click on your content and to watch the video longer. If you go back through some of the psychological means that we've seen here, if you combine those things, that can make for a successful YouTube video, which can make for you earning money and growing your subscribers and getting more views across your channel. I think the last thing, oh yeah, this is the last thing. I gotta figure out how I want to do this. Let's see. Let's do this. I actually wanted to go, yeah, let's do this. But for Cinna specifically, YouTube is not the only platform that she makes money on. She also streams on Twitch, and this is where she goes live. She plays video games, reacts to different videos on YouTube. She does IRL content. And then in addition to that, a lot of creators, since they're getting so much attention, there are different companies and brands that partner with them so they can advertise their products or their services. So brand sponsors is another way that content creators are making tons of money. And so if you might be interested in knowing how much that Cinna makes in a month from all of these different sources, I did I followed her earnings for 30 days to break down exactly how much she makes in a month. And if you want to check that out, then go ahead and click on this video next. I botched the hell out of that, man. I botched that, bro. But we're gonna see it. We're gonna see how it goes in the video. I'm gonna have to edit it. But that is let me check this. Check this. Anybody in here, man? Everybody who came through for the stream, I appreciate y'all hanging with me while I struggled through that. I gotta get better. I got to get better at talking to camera, man. It's so unnatural to me. And then doing it live is like, I sound like a bumbling fool. But yeah, man, let me know if y'all got any questions about that. I'm I'm actually trying to, if you can see what I'm doing right now and like my strategy, typically what I did in this stream as I was going through and like doing the research for what Cinna's doing and some of the different strategies that she's using, I would usually do this off cam or offline. And obviously it takes time to do that research. So I guess in my head, I thought, well, what if I can make content out of like researching how to put the content together of me doing a stream like this or making a YouTube video. So that's something new that I'm trying. Is I said, well, I'll just go live, and while I'm doing this research, people, if they're interested in it, can sit in the stream and maybe follow along, and then I can make content out of making content. So that's what I'm attempting to do. And then if you notice just now at the end of the stream, I tried to make it a little bit more structured and do a recap of all the research that we just did. And I'm going to use that as the YouTube video where I can just like edit it down and edit out all the freaking mistakes that I made, and then post that as the VOD. So then there'll be this stream on YouTube posted, and then there'll be a separate video that I post too. And I'm just trying to like double down on the content. So this is all a test, but that's what's happening. So keep it up. You're doing more and better than any of us now. Hey man, we all trying out here. We all trying out here. I think it's important to experiment and test and just try stuff. But yeah, I mean, if anybody else is in the chat, and Keisha, if you are looking to, you know, push content out, my best advice would be just put yourself out there and just try it and test some things. And if they don't work, you have to be able to identify, okay, this thing is not working. Let me pivot and then try something else. And it's just a series of tests that you run to see what is working, and then you double down on that thing that does work. So it's just about trying, man. But I appreciate it. Let me see. So I think I ran through all of that. Okay. I don't think there's anything else that I was going to try to do in this stream. But as always, I want to make sure if there's anybody in here who maybe got value out of this, maybe you might be looking for more information, some more information about stuff. Let me try this real quick. I got to get better at this too. I want to see what this link does and if I can open it. Let's see if I can open this. Can I open this? Oh, I can't open. Wait. No, I can't open it. Okay. How can I go on to here? Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to see how I can get onto a link. .com and see if this is a good one for. See, this is not. Hold on one second. What the heck is this? Crap. Let me see if I can copy it. Oops. All right, my fault. I dropped a link in the chat for vidIQ, but I'm actually trying to see something. Okay. Well, that's not efficient at all. All right. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to figure this out. I actually don't even know if I want this. What the heck? Get max. Nope. Okay. Sorry. I'm trying to figure out how to, like, just a regular page for vidIQ. All right. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. Support careers. Nope. Features. All right, maybe it is. Okay. Okay. I'll just do it later. Anyway. I remember the Titans, man. Actually, I need to watch that movie again. I've had it on my brain. All right. So for anybody who might be in here, if you are interested in growing your YouTube channel, some of the tools that I was using to do some of my research, which is completely free, I just dropped it in the chat. I'll drop it in again, is vidIQ. And so if you want to check out vidIQ, you can sign up for free. And that is, let me go in here so you can see. So vidIQ does help creators by some of the tools that I was using, where you can go and analyze a YouTube channel. It helps you with keyword research. It can assist with making thumbnails. It writes scripts. It does like an AI channel audit, which could give you maybe feedback or suggestions that you could use to try to improve your videos so you can get more views. So there's a lot of things that that it helps with. There's a title generator, description generator. There's so many different things that vidIQ can help you with. So if you're interested in that, like I said, you can sign up for free, and I dropped the link in chat. And then if you would like to, I do have a link as well. If you were going to sign up for any of their paid services, you can get a discount on those services. So just check out the link and be sure to use code JustNotified. So that's vidIQ. There's another thing. If you are a serious content creator or you're looking to make money from your content, I've also put together a guide on 7 different ways that you can make money on YouTube. The most popular way is AdSense, but obviously with that, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. But if you don't have that, there's still other ways to make money on YouTube, and I spell it out in this guide. And so I'm going to drop this in the chat as well. So I just dropped the YouTube guide link in the chat. If you might want to check that out, feel free to go over there and you can grab this guide for free as well. And then the last thing that I wanted to mention, now, of course, I'm not a guru with YouTube. I'm still learning myself. I'm still trying to do my own studies and figure out, I don't want to say my niche, but a style of content that is going to be popular on YouTube and that's going to add value to people on the platform. So I'm not a guru by any chance, but I do know for me, it's super helpful to have community and other people who are like-minded about content and they're passionate about making videos. So one of the things that I did want to offer in building a community is joining a membership for my channel. So let me give you some information about that. If you're looking for a group of like-minded creators, look no further. The more people you surround yourself with that strive to accomplish greatness in life, the faster you'll reach success. So consider joining the Noti Tribe community, where we live by the motto, nothing's offered, take it. If you'd like to purely support the channel and our mission, then the Noti Tribe supporter tier is for you. Joining this tier will unlock exclusive member badges, chat emojis, and prioritize replies to your comments above all others. Want to make a statement with premium branded Noti merch? Then Noti Friend is the tier for you. And finally, my true passion. If you're looking to grow as a content creator, then you should consider joining the Noti Family tier. Here you'll get exclusive behind the scenes updates and posts regarding the channel, members only shoutouts in our community tab, and what I'm most excited for, weekly members only live streams where we can brainstorm content ideas together to come up with your next viral video, as well as channel reviews where I give you personalized feedback on your YouTube channel, titles, thumbnails, and video intros. So regardless if you want to support this channel or grow your own, we have a personalized tier just for you. Click the join button below this video to become part of the tribe, and I'll see you in there. All right, I appreciate y'all taking that 360. Let me look in here real quick. All right, well, shoot. let me know if y'all have any questions about anything. I'll be glad to cover any information that we went through. But other than that, probably gonna be wrapping things up in the next few minutes here, unless y'all do have some questions. I think I'm gonna hold this. Okay. What else do I have in here? Set up. Yeah, I don't really need that. Jimmy. I don't know why it does that. Dude, I'm so hungry right now. All right, close all this out. Close this out. All right, yeah. Yeah, I think we covered everything that we set out for this stream. So yeah, I appreciate everybody who came through to the stream and hung out. Keisha, appreciate you. Takama, appreciate you for coming through. Priya, sorry I thought you were a bot, but I appreciate you stopping by the stream. Elizabeth, all y'all, much appreciated. I'm planning on going live again, possibly tomorrow. I do have kind of a special stream in store, and so I may be sparking again tomorrow. But subscribe to the channel so you can get notified whenever I do go live, and I will catch y'all in the next one.